Good evening. Welcome to another scene from London Ascending, Vampire Venue. Tonight, there is going to be a meeting of Clan Gangrel within the city. The current sheriff, Matheson Haas, will have invited his clanmates to join him in the bar he frequents. It's a pretty grubby place, just a small hole-in-the-wall type affair. It's closed to the public now, and so there's just the sheriff sitting, leaning back in a chair, booted feet up on a table, while he watches an Arsenal match playing on the big TV screen that's up on one wall. And he seems pretty comfortable there. It's his usual hangout. And there's just one guy polishing glasses behind the bar, but he doesn't pay attention to anyone coming or going. He just assumes that they're there by the sheriff's request. And yeah, he's just sitting there watching his football and waiting.
As the match proceeds, there will be like a little knock on a door. Not really waiting for much response because it's a gathering after all. Tristan will open the door, and I think he and Dion together will enter whenever Saskia gets back.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Then he and Tristan and Dion both enter. He will close the door, like kick it shut. Give like a little nod to the guy behind the bar, and we'll walk over to Matheson. Do I pronounce that correctly?
Matheson.
Matheson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Deanne, in her case, she walks in. She kind of lets her eyes glide over the area, clearly noticing or making sure that she notices where all windows are, where exits are to the area. She will not nod to the barman, just follow very closely behind Tristan.
Tristan will walk up to the sheriff, and kind of just stand beside him and say, "Hello, Matheson. How are you?"
He looks away from the TV screen and this is, oh, the members of my clan, I assume. And he kind of sits up a bit, takes his feet off the table, and extends a hand out to Tristan to shake.
It's been a while. He takes and shakes it.
Yeah, too long. Things have been quiet, you know?
That's only more than good.
Yeah. He gestures to the seats around the table. Please, sit.
Tristan will take his seat.
As will Deanne.
And the sheriff looks to Deanne. Don't believe we've met, love. Matheson has. And he'll extend a hand to her as well.
She looks just for a second at the hand, then takes it. Deanne.
Pleased to meet you. So, what do you make of all this crap that's been going on in Elysium?
I heard somebody mind nuked. Sounds like a thing they do in the Sabbat, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a funny business, that's for sure. I tell you what, I don't mind telling you, just between us three. There's a lot of funny business been going on. I've had my fill of it. I'm tired of the politics, you know?
That's fair. Most of our blood are. I believe that's why Xavier told everybody to leave.
He nods. Yeah. I think my time as sheriff might be coming to an end. Just between us.
You're looking for a successor, or are you just letting the course of nature play its own role?
Well, if I knew of somebody that was worthy of the job, then then absolutely. I'd make sure that the right people got told.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, yes, like I said, it's in our blood to wander about and to not really give a damn about what other people say.
Yeah, it seems to me like all the power in this city is held by the wrong people, if you get my drift.
Really? And he kind of laughs, smirks at that.
Well, let's just say me and Her Majesty don't always see eye to eye.
I can't imagine why.
She likes giving position to posers, to pretty boys. That's not my thing.
A child.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of just wriggles his nose. That was
Yeah.
a dumb idea to begin with. Embrace a human that is so famous. Like, what the hell are you thinking?
My thoughts exactly. I knew that one was going to be trouble from the start. But she wouldn't have it. She had to have her pretty boy. So, if you ask me,
Take him as a
you make your bed, you lie in it.
take him as a ghoul then. And whatever. Not our business, not our problem. As long as that facility isn't broken by any masquerade, I really don't give a damn what happens to the Toreador.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more, mate. But hey, something that might interest you. I hear Dana's having a fight club night.
Really?
Yeah, they're usually fun. And he kind of gets a little bit of a proud smirk on his face and kind of shrugs his shoulders a bit. Yeah, I'm current reigning champion myself.
Well, I think that's more something for Dion here. But I wouldn't mind flexing my muscles a bit.
He kind of gets a surprised look on his face and raises an eyebrow at Dan. Really? You like to fight, love?
There's a small hint of a smile on Diane's face. I don't fight. I don't like to fight. But I'm not afraid to show my claws, if you get what I mean.
He'd grin and just nod slowly. Yeah, maybe I should take you out in the woods sometime. Compare claws. And he'd wink.
Mine are bigger than yours. What you saying?
He'd give this really like roaring belly laugh and just lean back in his chair and then point at her. I like you. Good one, girl.
She'll just kind of make a smirky face actually more.
Yeah, I'm planning to go down there this week and see who's man enough to step up and challenge me.
So you'd think it's just be man then?
Oh, my apologies. All woman enough. And he'd grin at her like an apologetic grin.
I'll take the challenge.
Oh, really? You're going to step in the ring with me, are you?
I ain't afraid.
Nice. All right, then. But rules are no weapons, no disciplines.
I wouldn't need them to bust your nose.
He'd laugh again. And look at Tristan. Feisty, wasn't she?
Yep, that she is.
As our clan should be. I like it. I think you'll probably get on with Dana. She's your kind of girl. She's another feisty one.
Dana.
But that one, she does like to fight. She's the Bruja Primogen.
Right.
Yeah, she runs the fight club. She likes to step in the ring herself. I hear that stuck-up Toreador, what's she called? Camilla? She's gone and challenged Dana.
What, to a fist fight or a sword fight or?
Well, if it's at the Fight Club, it's going to be Dana's rules, so no sword's going to be there.
Huh. I'd like to see a Toreador try and beat a Bruja in a bare-knuckled fight, because even if we're not going to use disciplines, the potence is still going to add a whole lot of power to those punches.
Oh, yes. But, yeah, apparently Camilla thinks she stands a chance. Oh, got to admit, looking forward to seeing that one myself. And then that's, and he kind of wrinkles his nose. Ravnos. I hear she was pretending to be our clan for a while, but then it comes out she's Ravnos. She's meant to be getting
Really?
yeah, he nods. He clearly doesn't look happy.
There's actually kind of a snarl coming out of the end's mouth.
Oh, Tristan looks excited. A rough nose pretending to be a gangrel. She's got some balls.
Uh-huh. Yeah. From what I hear, she didn't exactly say it outright, but she allowed the harpy to think that she was our clan. When someone asked her if she was, she didn't correct them.
That should not go unpunished.
Well, they've been rubbing a lot of people up the wrong way from what I hear. Don't even know why they're allowed in the city. Wouldn't be if it was up to me.
Ravnos or Ravnos or Ravnos. You want to give them a mile unless you know what you're dealing with. But yeah, going around our clan name, huh?
Well, like I say, I'm trying to step down from things, but I hope that whoever, excuse me, takes my place, I hope they deal with things. Because, yeah, big mistake to go around pretending you're one of us. And he just kind of crosses his arms like he is in the picture there. He doesn't look impressed.
Ravnos.
Yeah, I don't trust none of them.
Neither should you. The history our clans have. Oh well, there aren't too many of them left these nights.
No, and that's a good thing. Tricksters,
Yeah.
all of them.
Like, have you heard the stories about what happened in Indonesia?
I've heard some rumors.
Oh, it's nasty. It was nasty. When I heard the stories, a lot of events made a whole lot more sense. Ravnos started eating each other all of a sudden, started flying in a murderous frenzy, even worse than when the beast takes hold of you. It's almost like a backlash of some sort, all the way echoing through the top. Give a whole lot of credits to the things that the Carla have been trying to hide. And he smirks at that.
There are two in the city, right?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope they get hungry.
He would laugh heartily at that. Yeah. From what I hear, they're a little too close for comfort. But they presented some flashy gift to the Queen. Apparently that's all it takes to please Her Majesty these days.
Toreador, like the shiny things. For example, there was a French Toreador queen at once who had a blood bonded Ventru to her, and all this Ventru could think of was the queen, and everything he did was for her, and he'd send her gifts ever so often because the queen, in her love for him, had him exiled, and he was hoping that with gifts he could return. And one night, he'd send her a ghoul, a warrior ghoul, as it were, and that would be her champion. And she was so happy with this, he was allowed to return. Yadi da, brought disgrace. upon the clan and was dusted.
Well, I could see history repeating itself right here if she's not careful. And then as he said that, he'd kind of glance around the bar as if he like got a little bit paranoid, and then kind of lean forward towards them and go, "But should probably watch what I'm saying. He's got eyes everywhere."
What, no more freedom of speech? I thought that was the liberty of this country.
You'd think so, but I trust that what's been said here tonight won't go any further.
If you're really worried about it, then you can come to my main. I can guarantee you that nobody's watching us there.
I will.
Yeah, sounds good. Because you never know what
I'm already
Her Majesty might find out.
I'm already putting eyes and ears out in the street without permission.
Oh. Well, with all this Sabat threat currently hanging over the city, I think Her Majesty needs all the help she can get.
Coteries. She creates the coteries of elders. Like, in a way, I can see it. In another way, you don't want, as a kindred prince, princess, queen, king, whatever, you don't want elders of all people organizing, because that's when they get funny ideas. Truth to be told, I think the Tremere testing blood is a revolting move. And that will definitely get people upset at her.
He nods. Well, I mean, if you ask me, that's a direct result of these Ravnos sisters too. You know, somebody pretending to be one clan turns out to be another. I think they're just trying to get to the bottom of that. But I don't know. Politics are beyond me. All the etiquette and bullshit. Got no time for it myself.
Down to earth.
I think if a kindred can't look you in the eye and tell you exactly what clan they're from and who their sire is, there's something wrong with that.
I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you who my sire is.
Well, you know your clan, and you're not afraid to say so.
Well, to be fair, you can kind of guess it, and he kind of shakes his head. And when he stops shaking it, let's see if I can grab it real quick. His ears grow longer, and his fangs come out a bit further, and his hair grows longer. You can kind of guess by looking at it.
He'd grin at Tristan. Yeah. Been a long time since I let myself show. You get what I mean?
You need to give the beast room every once in a while. It's not good to let it bottle up.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that after my retirement, I'll be able to do just that.
If you're gonna head out to see the world, I can give you a few nice places to go.
Yeah, that would be helpful. I'm really giving much thought to where I'm going to go when I leave here. Been stuck here too long, though, that's for sure. And that his eyes kind of drift back to the TV screen where there's kind of like two commentators having a after match discussion, and he just kind of smiles to himself and says, "There's some things I'm going to miss, though."
I see. That's well before my time, however. I still don't understand it all.
I've grown to like it. It's a funny old game, but It entertains me. He'd point to the screen. Been around since they first started. Watched their first game I did. Been following them ever since.
We all have things that consume us, or we seek to invest time in. It's how we prevent ourselves from going insane. Trust me, I've seen quite a couple of kindred gone insane on my travels.
Yeah, travels. That's what I've been lacking. I think I'm gonna talk to Her Majesty. And every time he says Your Majesty, it's with as like little respect as possible. Yeah, I think I'm gonna tell her that I'm ready to step down. She's gonna need to find somebody else to be her lackey.
Lackey, eh?
Well, he shrugs. That seems to be what she wants.
I'm sure there are people waiting in line.
Oh, probably. Every time a position's announced, they're all climbing over each other. I can't be bothered with it anymore.
Makes you wonder how Karsh does it.
He nods. But let's see her put one of her pretty boys in as sheriff and see how far he gets.
Well, as long as she doesn't embrace another world famous pop star again.
He kind of chuckles under his breath a bit. I think even she's learned a lesson from that one.
I might hope so.
It can always be worse.
Yeah, he's proved quite hard to handle, that one. And I think even she's sick of cleaning up his messes and covering up after him.
Well, that would be a good task for a new sheriff then, would it?
That's very true. But from what I hear, he's tucked away somewhere at the minute. Somewhere where he can't cause any more problems, at least for the time being.
As long as he doesn't break the masquerade in that institution, I am more than happy.
She should do with him as we do with our children. Set him in the wild, see if he survives on his own. If he doesn't, we're rid of a problem. If he does, he will learn and will come back wiser.
Yeah, well, that one certainly needs some wisdom from somewhere. But she'd never let him go anywhere on his own. He's spoilt through and through, like most of that bloody clan.
Oh, Toreador.
Pretend humans.
Oh, yes, they are. So, have you met up with many others since you've been back in the city?
I just got back from Camilla's salon. Let's see who was there. Laura from the Adventure was there, and Hardcastle from the Tremere.
Leaving me out of pretty parties then, brother.
I wouldn't dream. I wouldn't think that a salon is a place where you throw down, Dion. I can definitely take you along next time. That'll be interesting.
I'm sure it would be.
Matheson would,
Who knows?
would grin. You'd have more fun coming into the woods with me, love. Those salons. Waste of time.
Probably would. But one needs to know one's battlegrounds. And all of that also falls with claws. Sometimes the fangs can be just as nasty. Where they don't track blood, they will bite at your dignity and at your honor.
Yeah, you speak sense. That's a big reason why I want out of it all. All the games they play, all the puppet master moves, pulling their strings, and yeah, I'm just tired of it all.
That's usually the people we need most.
If you really want some excitement in life, Matheson, I would go to Scandinavia. You might be able to meet up with Brunhilde. I heard she recruits people of our cause for something.
Huh, really? Oh, I might have to have a look at that.
I mean, there are multiple avenues. There's Art Morgan in Washington and whatever he does. There's Mark Decker in Chicago and his lupine hunting activities.
His face would kind of brighten as he said that. Ah, now that sounds like something for me.
Hunting lupines.
I'd love to have a go.
Well, do be careful. Their claws are just as sharp, if not sharper, than our own.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it. A worthy challenge.
Nice.
So what do you make
Mark
of this
Deck-
new seneschal that she's put in place?
From what I heard, he's already put in the rules of Elysium. He's authorized torture. And he watched while somebody mind nuked another kindred. In my most expert opinion, I have many doubts.
Matheson just
No.
smiles. Tactfully said, son. Tactfully said.
No. I mean, fine. If you have rules, follow them at least. Be some sort of goddamn leader, and don't just throw them to the side. Take responsibility, is that what that's called?
Yeah. Don't think it was a wise choice to put a mad one in such a position, but that's just me.
I mean, Clan Gangrel and Clan Mancavian have since the Dark Ages always had this shaky relationship. I'd like to see a good relationship between the two clans, but I have not seen any broken mirrors that I particularly like or approve of in that matter. Dementation.
Yeah, they're a strange bunch. But I suppose we'll see how things go. I mean, to be fair, he couldn't make a worse job than the last one. I suppose any mistakes he makes are going to be contained within Elysium and not on a world stage. But still, mistakes nonetheless.
If less a little further, he'd become the next Karen Anaphos. No, we don't want that on our head. Not again.
No, definitely not. But yeah, I hope to see the two of you at the Fight Club anyway. And
I'll be there.
I'll most certainly have a look.
you know, there's some betting goes on. Might be able to make yourself a few quid too.
I hope I won't. Underestimation can be one of your biggest weapons.
Keep an eye out on the ground.
Well, if these animals of yours, if they come up with any juicy information, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know.
You'll be the first.
Cheers, love. You know, pays to keep on top of what's going on, at least until I do step down.
Just make sure you keep existing, and you should be all good.
Oh yeah, it'll take a lot to put this old dog down, but I plan to be around for a while yet. Just not in the same capacity.
Like I said, my domain is always open to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And
No trouble.
anytime you're passing by, feel free to stop in. If I'm not working, I'm usually here. Stop by, watch a match with me sometime.
You have to explain everything to me.
That's all right. Pretty simple, really.
All right, then. I have a couple of birds to feed, if you don't mind. And Tristan will stand up. It's been good talking to you again, Matheson.
Yeah. Anytime, mate. Anytime. And he'd hold out his hand to shake again.
Tristan will take it and shake it.
Diane will stand up as well.
I look forward to seeing you at Dana's, love.
Guess you will be all mine.
He'd grin. Well, I wish you both a good evening.
And Tristan, and we'll put up a hoodie to cover his ears, and we'll tuck his hair in the back, just to remain a bit more inconspicuous. And he will open the door for himself and Dion, and they will make himself scarred.
And as they leave, Matheson's attention is straight back, waiting to see what the next match will be on is. And I think at that point, we will end the scene. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Good evening.